everyone, I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this new moon in Capricorn happening on January 18th, 2026 at 28 degrees and 44 minutes. If you're on the East Coast, this is happening at 2:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're looking at a new beginning, a new cycle, where we are coming to practical clarity as the veil is dropping, and a new strategy of moving forward is coming through as this new moon in Capricorn gives us our power back to take necessary action with the house that the new moon is in. So we have an aspect, Mercury and Mars will be conjunct in Capricorn. Mercury is at 26 degrees and 53 minutes. Mars will be at 26 degrees and 27 minutes. This is where the new strategy is coming through. Communication of motivation to push you forward. But a little warning here with Mercury and Mars conjunct. Stay in your lane because your beliefs are yours. It's your truth, your opinion. And others may not be prepared to see your truth, okay? So just keep it to yourself of whatever you're starting to plan. Also, we have Venus and Pluto conjunct in Aquarius. Venus will be at 1 degree and 37 minutes. Pluto at 3 degrees and 17 minutes. Expect the unexpected. Transformation is happening with your love, your money. Also balance. Honor what's coming in, okay? We will have Neptune conjunct Saturn. This will give you practical clarity. Neptune and Saturn are in Pisces. Neptune is at its 29th degree and 48 minutes. Saturn is at 27 degrees and 26 minutes. And this will give you that veil dropping situation to where you will see the clarity coming through. The new moon itself will sextile Saturn and Neptune. The new moon in Capricorn sextiling Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. You're ready. You're ready to accept this plan. There's no compromising your sovereignty any longer. You are ready to take action and move forward with your purpose, Neptune. Okay, so I'm going to go over all the signs. Please watch your sun, moon, and rising sign to get a full picture on how this is happening within your world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this new moon in Capricorn that's happening in your 10th house. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the 10th house is where the public sees you. This is your professional life, your work, career, your reputation, your legacy, the role that you have in life, the status you have, such as single to married, married to single, CEO or laborer, whichever title or status that you hold in life that other people see you as. Your power is also here. Your sovereignty is here, the authority that you have in life, okay? And Capricorn being activated with this new beginning, there is a new beginning coming to you in regards to changes that are happening with your work life, with the status you hold, with maybe even your father's health or wealth. This could also include people of admiration that you hold on that mantle, okay? This is also your legacy, what your legacy refers to, depending on the person. There's a new beginning, changes happening here. So let's look further. So we have Mercury and Mars in this house. And Mercury and Mars are talking about a communication of motivation to change, to take action, maybe even strategizing a plan of action. At the intro, I had mentioned not to talk about this with other people because maybe they don't understand. This could be because it could trigger you, okay? This could be communication coming from a father or a person that is of a Capricornian nature, a Saturnian nature, that tells you something that maybe contradicts that plan, or this could be that you get that communication from that person, and therefore that is motivating you. Okay, it could be from a father, it could be from someone of admiration, it could also be a person that is in your world that is Saturnian. This could be a person that is older. This could also be considered the parent that wears the pants in the family. They're the ones that could be giving you that communication to make the change, or that, motivation coming from that parent isn't necessarily nice. It could be Mars, right? Martian, to where there's anger or animosity giving you that motivation to do something. Mars can be cutting, right? Mars can also be motivation, and it can be considered metals, vehicles, operations, okay? And so this could look like communication in regards to that, and that makes you change things, or that makes you prep for something. With Capricorn, Capricorn is always prepared. Capricorn climbs the mountain. It's the goat that climbs the mountain, but it also has to come back down the mountain if it has already either reached its ambition, or if it feels that they can't reach that ambition. They'll climb all the way back down to the valley to climb another mountain, right? So using that metaphorically, this could also be a situation to where you need to start over. There could be a cutting of something, of a status, a cutting of a relationship, a cutting of a business association. Okay, so keep that in mind, because this is a new beginning happening here in the 10th. So let's look further with Aquarius being activated. Let me get another pen here. We have Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius during this new moon. And this is transformation in your love and money, and also balance. The 11th house is groups, networks, clubs, and affiliations. The community that you're in, the community you want to reside in. Rewards and gains, hopes, dreams, and wishes. Friendships are here. Socializing is here. Okay? Freedom is also in the 11th house with Aquarius being activated. This could also look like technology and the internet. So we have Venus being love and money, joyfulness and balance, okay? Very Venusian. Transforming. This could look like that mixed with the 10th, with that status, that there is a party of sorts for you. And it could be that you're being proposed to because love is involved. Or this could be an upgrade in work that happens. This could also be that cutting, right? It can go either way. It can be that you're deciding to cut communication from that lover or change how you approach love, right? Transformation of love is happening. This could also be that transformation of money that happens. A reward could come to you. Rewards and gains is here. And it could come from work. This could also be coming from a person of admiration. This could also look like that, depending on you, Aries, if you're very close to your father, that there's something happening in your father's life that is impacting you. Does that make any sense? Or the person that is of Saturnian nature within your parents, the one that wears the pants in the family, that there's something happening to them that trickles down to you. And what this could look like is that there's a transformation of your father's life, health and wealth, right? This could also be a mother, it doesn't matter. This could also be a transformation of them having to get an operation of some type, and that requires you to transform the 11th of maybe helping them within their neck of the woods. Does that make any sense? So you have in the 11th, community activated, groups, clubs, and affiliations. This could be that you are changing communities, that you're enjoying somewhere else, or somewhere that you connect more with, because balance is coming in. It could be that you're moving in with a lover, right? That your status of that relationship is changing. Doesn't necessarily have to be marriage. It could be that you're just changing communities, right? I'm seeing if there's any other ways here. Now, friendships could turn into love. You could have met someone off of the internet and it turns into something more. It could also be that you're stopping using some type of app for love. That could be it, depending on the person. But gains and rewards are activated. It is very beautiful. And there's a transformation happening here. Okay, depending on where you are, Aries, in life. I'm just giving examples of how this could play out with this new beginning. Also, we have clarity coming to you, the veil lifting, with Pisces and Neptune together, and also Saturn. All of these things here of an awakening, clarity. So let's look at Pisces. Some type of clarity is happening within the 12th. The 12th house is ruled by Pisces in astrology, so you get the full-on definition of Pisces. Does that make any sense? So Pisces, the 12th house, is spirituality, soul work, enlightenment. It is loss and grief, mediumship, past lives, karma, healing and restoration of past conditioning, prisons, hospitals, letting go and going with faith, endings, transformation, psychic and intuitive abilities. This is hidden enemies, okay? Hidden enemies, to where there are enemies that aren't necessarily shown to you, but with this conjunction, it could be the fact of they get shown to you because Venus is involved, right? Higher states of consciousness. This is also where things are hidden in private, like habits and self-sabotage, okay? And there could be some clarity coming out of Neptune and Saturn being together of how you're self-sabotaging yourself within your life or your father is, right? It really depends on who is in that 10th house. Is it you or the other person? Okay? That there's clarity upon what's really happening and motivation to change. Motivation within your mindset, which is Mercury. Mercury is mindset. Mercury is the ruler over Virgo, and it's also the ruler over Gemini. So we're talking about your mindset and communication, also self-mastery. Okay, so this could be a new beginning of you deciding to take your power back. And it could require you to facilitate yourself within rehabilitation. Or it could require you to facilitate yourself within healing, okay, of some type. This could also be the power coming back to you because of an awakening that has happened in regards to the people that you hang out with, right? The world that is surrounding you at the moment could just be pushing you down, making you self-sabotage, making you want to escape. And this is where that status is changing. That it could be the work that you're doing, right? It could be that you're ready to take part in getting deeper with your spiritual self. This could also be where you're deciding that you're coming first, that you're the one, that you're the person that needs to take care of you before you take care of other people, okay? That it's required, because Mercury is your mindset and it's in the 10th house, it's required for you to either get a job, or it's required for you to change jobs or do the things that you're passionate about, which is Mars, right? Passion. Mars can also facilitate that anger, like I said, from other people or toward other people, or this could be an awakening of that anger, right? That maybe there had been, with practical clarity being in the 12th, that you had been blaming yourself for something that includes a parent, okay? That there is inner child work that may need to happen, because we're talking about the new moon, which is the sun and the moon, your essence, the way that you are, right? Your livelihood, the way that, because the sun is Leo in astrology, so it's like fun, love, enjoyment, hope, joy, and optimism, the way that you love, right? Your essence of who you are, your expression of who you are, the sun. And the moon being those emotions, being watery and ebb flowing, okay? Those two are conjunct, being a new moon. So you're looking at yourself and you're looking at what practically doesn't work anymore. Transformation and endings, okay? With Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. So it could be that you're holding on to resentment, to unforgiveness, to ailments that have happened in the past, okay? It could have dealt with parents, and it could have started with parents or those that are of authority within your world and trickled down to your relationships, okay? And this is where you're deciding to heal that, or you're deciding to cut off any type of communication that's coming from situations of that, all right? It really depends on what you want. An awakening happens with the 12th house activated, not just Neptune and Saturn being there, but when it's activated in anybody's chart, 12th house is an awareness of who you are and what you want. 12th house can also bring on the dark night of the soul. And this could have been a time to where you're understanding that dark night of the soul and you're starting to implement your healing. Okay? I'm seeing if there's anything else here. Now, I do want to say that insane asylums and prisons and hospitals are activated with that 12th. And this could be a time to where a parent goes there or that they did go there. Okay? And it could be that you're healing from that or you're deciding what's next because of it. Okay, they could have been in rehabilitation of some sort, or they could have already passed because grief is activated in that 12th. And this could be a time to where you are fully aware of your grief, but it could be included with spirituality of understanding that you can communicate with your loved one at any moment of time using mediumship, spirituality, or understanding that they are there to communicate to. Okay? Because we're talking about mediumship, spirituality, faith, also psychic and intuitive abilities. Honestly, with this activation, it could have been that you were able to physically communicate with this spirit that had passed due to your psychic and intuitive abilities because they were heightened with Neptune and Saturn activated. And that pushes you forward. Okay? If you are a person that is in astrology and tarot, this activation gives you more of a connection with the spiritual realm, and the veil is lifted, okay, with any type of confusion that you may have been through thus far, because it's been, I'm a Pisces sun, so it's been very interesting. That's what I'm going to call it, right? It's been interesting to see my psychic abilities come and go and almost feel like you had been abandoned by spirit for a little while so that you could find yourself within spirit. Does that make any sense? I hope so. I really hope so. But you could have been through that, and now you're gaining that power and authority back. You're understanding why you went through the situation of murkiness or cloudiness, right? Neptune had a lot to do with that, by the way. It could have kept things from you of how someone had passed, okay? It could have been a drug problem. It could have been an alcohol problem, some type of habit. It could have been pharmaceutical, okay? It could have been, I'm trying to think of anything else that, depression is activated with Pisces. Suffering and victimization is activated with Pisces. Neurological problems is activated with Pisces. And I say that because we're talking about an emotion that is forced by chemical imbalance, right? So it's water within the body, chemical imbalance, okay? Not necessarily brain function, but chemical imbalance of neurological problems, like because insane asylums is activated. So we're talking about bipolar, paranoia, schizophrenia, anything of that nature with a mental illness could have been activated with Pisces, of problems of people that had been surrounding you. Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, it could have been yours, depending on the person that you figured out that you were diagnosed with, and you fill in the blank, right? But the veil is being lifted here of practical clarity of what really was the problem, and therefore you're taking action, getting your power back within that 10th house. Maybe even work, maybe figuring out what you want as a legacy. All right. Let me see if there's anything else I can tell you here. I think that might be about it. I do want to remind you that connections with relationships and family are activated, all right, with this new moon, concerning your power, your status, the way that other people see you, all right, because we're talking about the 10th house of where you are seen in the public's eye for that title that you hold. I think that might be about it, Aries. Business associations are changing with Venus activated. Venus rules your 7th and also your 2nd. So business associations changing, money changes, your self-worth is coming back, your power is coming back within your sovereignty, okay? Friendships could be changing. I'm trying to remember 7th house. 7th house is relating to other people. It could be just generally of how you relate to other people, because love is coming back into your life, okay? And when you feel love, it changes a person, all right? Clients could be coming through so that, you know, business is better, an upgrade in business. It could be associated by internet, because that Venus and Pluto are in Aquarius, okay? And I think that might be about it, Aries. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Taurus. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I do ask for you to be patient with me because I have been sick. So, all right. So we're going to go over this new moon that's happening in Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn is listed in your 9th house, and the 9th house deals with your belief system. It deals with your philosophy, your skills and learning abilities, teachers, preachers, and gurus. Also, the bigger picture, in-laws, grandchildren, and grandparents, higher education, media, publishing, legal cases, opportunities, and this is also considered the house of blessings. Okay, so its connection with Capricorn is that you will get your authority back, your power. Capricorn, it rules the 10th house, so it has a little bit of 10th house flavor. We're talking about your professional life and career, your reputation, your father's health and wealth, the status that you hold in life, your authority, okay? So the new moon being here, there is a new beginning of your essence, your creativity, maybe even part of your identity. This could look like your emotions that are being balanced with your belief system, with your power. Does that make any sense? So balancing your emotions being the moon. This could look like your belief system revolving around a father figure, a professional life. Those are being balanced. Your authority is coming back. This could also look like an upgrade within your professional life. We have aspects that are happening here. One of the aspects would be Mercury and Mars that are conjunct. Communication and motivation to do something or to think a certain way is coming to you. Okay. Mars is cutting. So this could also look like a cutting of communication or cutting of belief system that's happening revolving around either in-laws, grandparents, grandchildren, or this could be motivated communication coming to you from those people. If it is motivated communication, this is more or less to push you forward toward your power, okay, or toward another type of professional identity, or changing that identity belief system that you have. This is also looking like legal cases, and if you have been involved in legal cases, that your power will be shown. The case itself could be dismissed, considering that Mars is cutting. Also, this could be a new way of thinking in regards to your philosophy surrounding religion, surrounding education, surrounding your belief system in general of what drives you. Pushing forward for that drive, pushing forward with a firm foundation of drive. Okay. So I want to look at a few more aspects. We have Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. And Aquarius also has the 10th house associated with it. Okay, so this is more or less you getting that upgrade within work, an upgrade within status, or a transformation within love that changes your status. Venus is love, money, balance. And this could be that you're understanding situations of your belief system surrounding the collective, surrounding the masses, which is groups, clubs, and affiliations. That is Aquarius. Also, rewards and gains is Aquarius. The internet is Aquarius. Older siblings and friendships and socializing in a big way is Aquarius. So this could look like you're getting a reward of some type, right, for work, or this could be some type of reward that's given to you by where you're living. I say that because community is a part of Aquarius, and they could be rewarding you as a business and community because professional life is activated, or this could just be that you're getting notice of some type of reward. Your goals are associated with Aquarius, and this could look like you having motivation for some type of goal that deals with your professional life and doesn't necessarily have to be the one you're in. This could be one that you're obtaining, that you're gaining motivation for. Okay. I also want to put out there your role in life, your status, that title that you hold, whether you being a mom, you being a wife or a husband or a father, you being a CEO or a laborer. Those things are involved here. And you could get more clientele or be noticed within this situation of transforming Venus. So transforming that money, transforming that love, transforming you as a person of love or balance. So keep that in mind. I also want to look at another aspect, which is Saturn. Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn, and it will be aspecting this new moon with Neptune. Okay, so Saturn and Neptune will be sextiling this new moon. Saturn and Neptune are currently in Pisces in the 11th house. And Pisces has a lot to do with creativity. It has a lot to do with letting go and going with faith, surrender. It also deals with, the other side of Pisces, which is suffering, victimization, or depression. Okay, habits are here, drugs and alcohol. But also we have film and photography. We have soul work and healing work and Reiki, anything that deals with frequency, anything that deals with healing of a past conditioning. Mediumship is here. This also looks like tarot and astrology connections to Pisces. And this could be where you're gaining clarity from maybe a grandparent that had passed. I'm entering into that Capricorn house of your communication. It could be that you're using tarot as a communication toward grandparents with a mediumship. And they're the ones that help you see the clarity. Or this could be that you're gaining that clarity from doing mediumship or doing astrology or doing tarot or listening to someone, teacher, preacher, or guru that is providing those things for you to change that trajectory, right? 11th house is the internet. It is groups, clubs, and affiliations. It's also siblings, older siblings, and friendships, socializing in a big way, hopes, dreams, wishes, rewards, and gains. And clarity is coming out of Neptune and Saturn, practical clarity of how to push forward. And this could be that you're understanding what the collective needs. You're compassionate and letting go and going with faith with situations and seeing things in a different manner and pushing forward. It could be with faith, okay, that you're using faith as that motivation. It could also be that you're seeing that people need healing, that you are becoming the one to be that teacher, preacher, or guru to help others with their faith, religion, belief system. You're becoming the teacher, preacher, or guru, or you're gaining momentum from communication of a teacher, preacher, or guru. This could also be that you're getting more of an insight on what to do next on your professional life. And it could be a situation of innovation, that you're seeing things move forward and therefore you take the next step on what college degree you need, right? A new beginning happening in that 9th house, okay? This could also be that those lessons from Saturn are wrapping up and the rewards are coming through and you're getting noticed for what you're doing. This could look like a divine timing situation. Rewards are coming to you. Gains are coming to you. Okay, that is a possibility. I'm seeing if there's anything else here. I think that might be it. Taurus, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Gemini. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this new moon that's happening in your 8th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the 8th house deals with shared resources. It deals with other people's resources, debts, taxes, government, grants, healing of fears, healing of phobias, crisis, soulmates merging together, divorces, legal matters, banking, mortgages, loans, hidden knowledge, inheritance, death and rebirth, investments, long-term finances, transformation, and your psyche. One of the things that also is the 8th house is insurance, life insurance, financial occupations, right? And I say that because we're talking about 8th house, 8th house mixing with Capricorn. I've been under the weather for a little while, so please bear with me. Okay, and Capricorn deals with your professional life. It deals with your title that you hold, okay, your status, whether you're a mother, a father, a person that is a wife or a husband, a CEO, a laborer, okay, your status. Your legacy is also Capricorn. It has the 10th house flavor, Capricorn, okay. Your power, reputation, your father's health and wealth is also Capricorn. Capricorn is bringing back that authority within this house. And there's a new beginning here with the sun and the moon conjunct. Your emotions and your ego are coming into balance in regards to this new beginning. Okay. All right. So this could be a time to where you decide to cut a relationship and divorce is on the table. Or this could be a time to where you decide that you want to upgrade that relationship because you are soulmates. It can go either way because soulmates and divorce are activated in the 8th house. This could also be a situation to where you obtain a grant or some type of government financing for yourself to gain authority. It could be that you're working with the government. It could be also that you're actually gaining your power back within situations of shared resources. That could be a loan, debt consolidation. It could also be obtaining a loan for whatever structure that you're trying to build. This could also be you deciding to get life insurance for that legacy that you're leaving behind. Maybe putting things that you have built into a trust, right, for others of who you're leaving behind. This could also look like, with the 8th house activated, that you get some type of Kundalini awakening from deep bonding sex, from some type of deep intimacy. It doesn't necessarily have to do with sex, but it's a very deep healing intimacy that you have with another person. And this could be that awakening that happens for you to bring that power back to you. It could help you understand your hidden abilities, if you would. Also, 8th house is looking like taxes and things that deal with the government. And this could be a time to where you're capable of paying those taxes, dealing with government situations that you may have had to deal with before. This could also look like government assistance of some type that helps you because of some type of loss of a job. This could be that you're capable of doing the things that need to get done in regards to help from others. It could be a father figure. It could be a mother figure, whoever wore the pants in the family. This could look like a transformation of you becoming a mom or dad, okay? Or a transformation, like I said, with that relationship. And it can go either way with that, okay? Because transformation is activated in the 8th. Death and rebirth is activated also. And yes, loss of a father is activated, or loss of a mother, but it could also be a rebirth of you becoming one, okay? This could look like a rebirth of you becoming the mother or father figure at work, which includes boss energy, right? Some type of upgrade within your professional life could happen. we have aspects that are happening here, such as Mercury and Mars being conjunct in Capricorn. Communication that motivates you. This could be communication that's coming from a boss, a father figure, a mother figure that wore the pants in the family. This could be communication that is coming from an actual Capricorn or Scorpio, okay? Because 8th house is ruled by Scorpio in astrology. This could be communication that pushes motivation for you to do the things of either changing the relationship, having the child, changing the structure of your finances, changing how you're working, okay? This could also look like healing, right? We have healing of fears and healing of phobias. And this could be that you are getting help for healing those fears or phobias that you've had thus far and gaining that power back. I do want to say too that you are ruled by Mercury. And this could have an impact in regards to your identity, change of identity and the way that other people see you, because first house is you, right? This could also have an impact, excuse me. This could also have an impact on your home life, your family, because we're talking about Mercury being activated. It rules Virgo and it rules Gemini. 4th house is Virgo, okay? 1st house is Gemini. And this could look like a very huge impact that happens within your home life, that you're situating the way you do your home life with your lifestyle. You're also situating things of maybe even obtaining a home with another, okay? And I say that because 4th house is home, and it's a change of identity mixed with mortgage, right, with the 8th house. So you could be obtaining a home with another. It's more than likely that you would be the one to be on the deed or title of home, okay? So just to let you know, with Capricorn activated, unless the other person is Gemini or has Gemini in their chart. Okay, so I do want to talk about another aspect. Venus will conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius being in that 9th house. We're talking about the way that you believe and your philosophy. We're also talking about opportunities that happen, blessings that happen through groups, clubs, and affiliations. Could be over the internet. Okay. Aquarius is groups, clubs, and affiliations, the internet. It is also rewards and gains, your goals. Okay. Aquarius can also push you to be Aquarian. You could either feel more innovative, doing things differently than what the collective does or society does. This is also where community is. This is, Aquarius can also be detachment from emotions. And in this case, it's dealing with your belief system. 9th house is belief system. 9th house is your philosophy, the bigger picture, the way that you see things, okay? And this could be a time to where that belief system is changing. With Pluto activated, it has a correlation with that 8th house because Pluto rules over Scorpio. And it has this transformative intensity that could happen with love, with money, with your balance, Venus. And if it's needed, those emotions can be pushed to the side to help you be motivated and do the things that need to be done. This is also a transformation of love that could happen. It could be the way that you see love. It could be the way that you understand love, or the way that you've been thinking thus far about love could be changing. It could be also the way that you see the person that you love is changing. And Aquarius steps in with pushing that detachment toward you. Okay. This could also be a situation of money. That goal being activated with Aquarius could be reached during this time. Venus is also connected with Taurus, which is homes. Okay, so remember I said homes could come to you. This could be that opportunity of you gaining that home with a loved one. Okay, so I do want to say too that if it deals with religion and it deals with set beliefs in regards to your faith, that there could be situations of you transforming that because you have a realization of love, and that could be that Kundalini awakening, okay? Or you healing fears and phobias. It could feel like gratitude is coming back, the clouds are clearing that had been oppressing you from feeling that love, right? So just to let you know. All right, so I want to talk about Saturn. Saturn is aspecting this new moon. It is sextiling, which is a good thing. It can be changing the lives of you. Does that make any sense with it sextiling? Because it's not just a happy-go-lucky. We're dealing with Saturn, right? Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn. Saturn is bringing its rewards to you from the lessons that it's given within Pisces. And Pisces is located in your 10th house. So you had went through lessons of professional life, lessons of mothers and fathers, the ones that wore the pants in the family, lessons of you needing to let go and go with faith when it comes to your power and having authority in your life, okay? This is compassion. This is also surrender. When it comes to Pisces, there could have been some depressive states that you had to deal with in regards to losing your power or losing a job, right? This could also be a loss of a person with grief activated. You could have lost someone that was close to you, and you've had to heal thus far. And Saturn is showing you how far you've come. Saturn is also giving you rewards for how far you've come. Okay, so Saturn is conjunct Neptune. And this will give you practical clarity on how to take action and where to go next, right? And this is also revolving around your career, your authority of your status, whether you are married, single, or within a job. This could be an upgrade that happens or what you need to do next. This could also be a situation where Saturn is showing you who is actually in charge of the relationship, or this could be Saturn showing you your authority and power once again within your job situation, okay? But practical clarity is coming to you on action of what needs to be obtained for yourself, and if you wanted to include other people. So it could be a change of status, right? It could also be a change of career, or the way that you take control over your legacy. All right, Gemini, thank you for being here. A new beginning in that 8th house, right? Of shared resources, of your work career, of transformation, healing. Okay, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Cancer. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Capricorn new moon that's happening in your 7th. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Before I start, I just want to give you a warning that I've been under the weather. So if you hear me cough or sneeze, I'm just letting you know. Okay, so 7th house is marriage partners, alliances, commitments, agreements, one-on-one relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, friendships, right? It's also collaborations and contracts with other people, business associations, therapists, clients, open enemies. So the 7th house activated. This is telling you that there is a new beginning of you gaining your authority back in regards to your relationships of any type. The ones that are close to you, also business associations. This could be that Capricorn activated is the 10th house affiliation with authority. That this is you becoming a boss, or that this is you taking authority and working with clients. Clients are coming in. There's an upgrade within your business. This could also be a situation of you deciding to change contracts or collaborations with other people, that you're taking authority in regards to the structure. Okay. You could be getting an attorney. You could be getting a new agreement with another person. This could also be a situation that you're changing your status of your title, whether that is single to married, married to single. This could be that your status is changing due to a birth of something. Right? It could be a business. It could be an actual human being. Okay? Because we have that status of mother and father activated too. So this could be that you're becoming a mom or becoming a father or a grandparent of any type. Okay, so therapists are activated in the 7th. And this could be you deciding that therapy is needed, whether that be for your own sake of your own power, or this could be in regards to deciding that your relationship needs therapy. Okay, and so you're taking the reins. All right, so we're going to look at aspects. We have Mercury and Mars activated in Capricorn. They will be conjunct. Mercury is communication. It's your mindset. Communication that could come in, or communication that is told to yourself by yourself, okay? We also have Mars activated, and Mars is cutting or motivation. It could be either, right? So this could be communication from another in regards about a relationship, whether or not they want to keep the relationship. Or this is you deciding within your mind's eye in regards to whether or not you want to keep the relationship. This could be communication in regards to deciding what you want to do about your business associations, about your friendships. If you want to work with friends, that could be something that's happening, or working with a partner. That could be also something that happens here with Mars and Mercury together. This could be communication in regards to another person cutting a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be the one that you're in with them. It could be that they are deciding to cut out a relationship with a father figure, or a person that wore the pants in their family, or that they are getting a job, right? Mars can be cutting or motivation. So this could look good either way, right? It's to change the trajectory and bring your power back within relationships. Okay, so let's look at another aspect to get more of an idea of what's happening. We have Venus that will conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Now, Venus is love, money, and balance, okay? And Venusian things, making something beautiful. Venus is also, with Pluto, the transformative planet. It can be also looked at as intensity or a death and rebirth, if you would, right? And we're talking about the 8th house. The 8th house deals with shared resources, other people's resources, loans, grants, government, taxes. It also deals with healing of fears and phobias. This is where Kundalini awakenings can happen. This is also where situations of hidden knowledge comes to light. Okay, whatever was secret. It can be hidden knowledge such as taboo topics, astrology, tarot, esoteric knowledge, things that aren't necessarily talked about. Okay. This is also considered inheritance. Death and rebirth is the 8th house. Mixed with Pluto is amplified, right? Death and rebirth. So this could look like someone passing or someone having a child. This is also considered where you see soulmates, divorces, and legal matters, crisis, finances of any type, long-term finances of any type, investments, transformation, and endings. So in Aquarius, we're talking about Aquarian things. Aquarian things are innovative. It can be detachment. It can also be something that includes groups, clubs, and affiliations. This could look like rewards and gains. The internet is connected with Aquarius. Okay? So we're mixing these houses of the new beginning within that relationship that you have, or business association, or contracts and agreements. This could look like collaboration with another, using their resources, having an investor of some type for your business. This could also look like money changes in regards to some type of divorce that happens, or a legal matter that happens, or money changes because you're getting married, right? It could go either way. Soulmates are activated. This could also look like a transformation or ending in regards to just a job. Doesn't necessarily have to be your own business. It can just be a job. And it's required of you to use the government or other people's resources to stay afloat. That could be it, right? It could be that that job is collaborating with another and they're merging. And so there could be an upgrade that happens for you. But it really matters in the point of you deciding. Free will is where that comes in. You're deciding what action to take, because we have that Mars activated. You can decide to stay or you can decide to leave. That's up to you, right? But Venus with Pluto is transforming money, love, and balance. This could be a situation to where you decide to heal. You're seeing therapists or you're involved within some type of therapy. Okay. in regards to phobias, in regards to past situations, in regards to getting down and dirty with what is hidden from you within your emotions. And this could be where that outlook on love or love in general transforms. Okay, compassion can come through. All right, so I also want to say too that it doesn't necessarily have to happen to you. This could be somebody else that it's happening to. That the person that you're very close to, they're the ones gaining healing, or they're the ones gaining a job, or they're the ones having job changes, right? It doesn't necessarily happen to you. It could just be that it's happening to another, or that you're getting some type of lease or collaboration or contract with another person that includes using their shared resources. And this could be found out upon the internet. This could also be that the internet or groups, clubs, and affiliations are helping you gain that power back. Okay? All right, so we're going to take a look at Saturn. Saturn is very important because Saturn has been in Pisces for the last three or so years, okay? And then it's going to transition to Aries, all right? But at this time, it's in Pisces, and it's with Neptune. They're conjunct. Not exactly, but they are conjunct. And it's bringing some type of clarity or practical clarity for you to take the necessary action. Okay, so let's look at Pisces within the 9th house. Saturn is giving you a reward in regards to letting go and going with faith as you've done. Compassion that you've had to give to other people and their belief system. This could also be Saturn showing you your authority, okay? That you are needed to take the reins of being a teacher, preacher, or guru, or take the reins of getting a higher education. This could also be that you had to deal with belief systems revolving around your depression, soul initiation, I guess you would say. Finding out what your higher self really wants could have been something of a theme that you went through with this 9th house activation. 9th house is soul work. It's awakenings, right? It's your philosophy of belief system. For you, it's awakenings because it's in Pisces. Pisces is soul work. I'm sorry, I mixed them up. Pisces is soul work. Pisces is awakenings. Pisces is transformation and endings. Pisces is also healing of any type that deals with your higher self. This is you finding yourself. 9th house is education, teachers, preachers, and gurus. It is also opportunities that seem to fall in your lap. 9th house can feel like a blessing when it's activated. It can also take you down the rabbit hole of finding out what really is ailing you, okay? And this could have been an activation that happened of you figuring out who you were, Cancer, right? This could have been also you understanding that your belief system has a lot to do with escaping or your habits that you've been doing, and therefore you're healing. But you want to continue to heal. This is practical clarity to give you a strategy on what's next. New beginnings that are happening within your relationships due to you changing your belief system. Due to you becoming a teacher, preacher, or guru, or associating yourself with a teacher, preacher, or guru that is helping you understand yourself more, right? This is also you getting and obtaining your authority back into the relationships that you have, you deciding what needs to stay or go. It could be that you're understanding boundaries when it comes to belief systems of yourself and other people, because whatever you believe, you perceive in life, right? Not everyone's truth is the same. It is their own personal truth. And with Pisces activated, this could have been you understanding unconditional love for another person, to let them be or stay where they are in life because they have their own path to figure out. Okay? This could also be religion that enters your life. That you and another are going to church, or that you and another are going to mass, or that you and another are deciding to, and you fill in the blank when it comes to the religious beliefs. This could be that the other person in your life is deciding to gain a higher education, or you are deciding to gain a higher education to help with business associations. It could be that because that Mercury is activated, it deals with Gemini, and it also deals with Virgo, right? So it could be that you're deciding to get a license, or that you're deciding to get a 4-year college degree, or because the 9th house is activated, or you're deciding to change your approach when it comes to your own communication with business. And it could be that you're advertising more, that you're facilitating in different clubs, groups, and affiliations that deal with the internet, or you already have applied maybe for a grant, or applied for some type of loan, or applied for something of a shared resource and investor for that business. And this is when you're getting that feedback, and you're understanding that God, source, the universe within that 9th house of your belief system mixed with Pisces has your back within that manifestation, because 9th house can include manifestation. Okay? You will be ready to implement a new strategy that you have been thinking about, pondering upon thus far. And if you haven't taken action yet, and this is where you see the new beginning of those results, this is you beginning to take action on pursuing those results. Okay, Cancer? Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Leo. This is for Leo's sun, moon, or rising. I do want to let you guys know that I have been sick, so if I sound a little funny or if I have to pause to cough, my apologies. Okay? Alright, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to look at this new moon in Capricorn that is happening in your 6th house. Okay, so the 6th house is your health. It is your daily routine, daily work and employment. It's also your servicing to others, service to others. This is also organizing and detail orientation, your self-mastery. It can be pets. When this house is activated, it doesn't matter what size of the pet. Okay, it can be any type of pet that you have. This is your lifestyle. Okay, so there is structuring happening here. A new beginning of structure that's happening for you to gain your power back. And this could be that you're structuring your lifestyle to have authority within either work, your daily routine, or health situation. This could also be that a job is coming into your world. With Capricorn activated, Capricorn is the 10th house in astrology, right? So we're talking about authority, your power, the status that you hold. And that status can be single to married, married to single, or mother, father, or whatever title that you hold within your life, right? And there's an authority here. So it's you gaining back your power as that person, or this could be an upgrade within that title that you have. This could also be that it's changing. Okay, and I say that with grace only because we have an aspect here. We have Mercury, which is your mindset, also communication to yourself and to other people, activated with Mars. It is conjunct Mars. So it's acting out as a motivation, or it could be acting out as a cutting. Mars can be motivation, it can be cutting, it can also be anger and animosity, depending on how it comes across. And this could be that there is maybe a sacred anger that you're taking forth as motivation. Does that make any sense? Like someone is communicating to you in anger and you're using it as motivation, or you yourself are getting angry and using it as motivation. That could be a thing. It could be that there is communication from a boss, a mentor, someone that is of authority in your world, or authorities in general, right? That changes your lifestyle. This could be a professional life that's changing, maybe an upgrade or a cutting of that professional life, depending on how it works out for you in your chart. I say that only because some people have planets here. If those planets are here, they're activated. So you correlate that planet as an action and push it with Mercury and Mars as communication of either motivation or cutting. Okay, just to let you know. Also, Mercury and Mars, that communication and motivation can push you to structure your health. It could be something from a doctor, you know, depending on how you take that information. Information is Mercury. So depending on how you take that information and use it, correlate it with that action, which is Mars. Okay. It could be that you're getting your health back on track. It could also be you're taking your power back within your health. It could also be a situation at work that is unhealthy for you, and there's some type of clarity coming upon this of what is healthy and what is not, right? And therefore cutting is necessary. It really depends on you. You have free will with your choices, so it's up to you whether or not you decide to take action. Okay, so another aspect that's happening is Venus conjunct Pluto. And that is happening in Aquarius. We all know that Pluto is transiting here for the next 20 years or so. If you are curious to what that means for you, I do have videos that are included with Pluto in Aquarius for you, Leo. Okay. Venus is love. Venus is balance. Venus is money. It is Venusian things. Venus, it rules Taurus, and it also rules Libra. So we're talking about relationships. We're talking about love relationships. We're talking about maybe even family life, depending on your home situation, because Venus can also be included with homes. Taurus is homes. Your self-worth is activated with Taurus, okay? So the 7th house is other people. We're talking about marriages, boyfriend, girlfriends, friendships, relating to other people. Also, business associations are here. Clients are here. collaborations, contracts, negotiations. Okay, anything that deals with another person that you're collaborating with is here in that 7th. Therapy is also included in the 7th. Okay, this could look like with Aquarius. Aquarius brings on an innovative thinking. It brings on 11th house entities, which is groups, clubs, and affiliations, your rewards and gains and goals that happen. This is also socializing. This can be the internet, right? Aquarius. With Venus conjunct Pluto, we're transforming relationships. We're transforming this house, this 7th house. We're transforming things of an upgrade that can happen. This could be that your partner, the other person in your life, they have a gain. This could also be that partner also has a change of heart. Okay, it really depends. It could be that they seem like they're distant during this time. It could also be the other way around, that they are transforming the relationship. And this could be that they're asking you to get married. Your friend could get married during this time. Or this could be that therapy is needed and it's presented to you in a very strange way, that communication presented to you in a very strange way. And it could have something to do with that lifestyle, right? It could have something to do with a health situation, okay? This could also be that clients are coming into your world and you're gaining more money because of clients being activated in the 7th, Venus activated with money, transformation with Pluto. Now, Pluto is very intense. Pluto is transforming your life from the ashes, from Hades or hell, if you would, right? Because that is Pluto. Pluto is also death and rebirth. So this could look like also that there is a transformation of your lifestyle because of a rebirth, because of a birth of someone. And your partner could tell you or express to you that they're pregnant. Your friend could tell you that they're pregnant. This could also deal with business associations, that you find a collaboration online or you're collaborating with someone online. I'll give you an example. So YouTube allows you to collaborate with another YouTuber, okay? And you can put your channels together or just advertise with that channel. Does that make any sense? So you're collaborating, creating a contract together. And that is possible here, to where you're gaining money from someone else, okay? That could be an investor. It could be a person that just does the same thing as you, and there's a contract pulled up of you guys having a business together. It could be with a literal Aquarius that you're deciding to collaborate with, okay? All right, so this could also be that business association is happening with your partner, that they are the ones within their work collaborating with someone else, therefore they get a gain in work, okay? Okay, so let's look at Saturn. Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn, which will be activated. And Saturn is in Pisces, of course. If you're curious to what that means, I do have Saturn going direct in Pisces videos. But the 8th house is activated. This is practical, strategic clarity. Okay. Saturn is conjunct Neptune. Now, it's not fully conjunct. It is conjunct, right? I use, I think it's conjunct by maybe 5 degrees or something like that. But it's not the exact degree, okay? But it is conjunct. So what that means is clarity is coming to you over a time of Saturn teaching you lessons in this 8th house. And those lessons could have been how to heal your phobias, or those lessons could have been to use or ask for help from other people. And it could be to consolidate your loans or get a loan of some sort. I'm going to explain the 8th house so you know it. It's crisis and legal matters, divorces, soulmates merging together, other people's resources, debts, taxes, government, and grants, banking loans, mortgage loans. This is also where Kundalini is, where you open up to some type of awakening by some type of intimacy, okay, entering your life. Hidden knowledge, taboo topics, astrology and tarot, of course, is here. Esoteric knowledge, things that aren't necessarily talked about, the hidden knowledge, okay. This is inheritance, death, and rebirth. You have to remember that this house itself is ruled by Scorpio. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio in astrology, so there's a correlation with Pluto here, okay. Now, transformation in your psyche is also activated. Investments, long-term finances, insurance, life insurance, financial occupations would be here. Okay. So with Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn. So it also holds that authority energy, and it holds that power energy. It holds how to create structure energy. And Saturn could have been trying to teach you how to obtain chunky money, which could have included you to get involved with the government resources, or you to get involved with grants. Or if it was deeper than that, if it was structuring how to have compassion and forgiveness, which is Pisces, right? Or how to let go and go with faith, trust the universe has your back. You could have had situations where you had to heal your phobias or fears. You had to probably do things in fear, okay, of losing something, of you could have lost something in general, because death is here. You could have lost something so that you would gain even more. You could have lost someone, like a father, a boss, a mentor is activated with Saturn. And this could have been that fear of losing someone, such as that, or fear of losing your head, because Psyche is here. Okay. Depression could have been activated with Pisces. Victimization, suffering could have been activated with Pisces. And this is, you went through hell and back for Saturn to reward you. Saturn could be rewarding you with psychological help. That could include therapy or the right groups, clubs, and affiliations that you need, that make you feel like you're safer, I guess you would say, more or less, but on a faith-based level. It's not because of another person, it's because of you taking care of your psychological warfare. Does that make any sense? This could also be that there is an all of a sudden change that happens because transformation is activated. And loss is activated, transformation and endings with Pisces. transformation being Scorpio. And then we have that Pluto activation, that you're understanding and seeing things change right before your eyes, and it feels like a divine intervention, okay, being rewarded to you. And it could be from the other person. They could actually change the way that they've been showing love to you in a better sense, I guess you would say. Or this could be if you had went through a divorce during the Saturn in the 8th house, that, you know, you're actually getting your power back within your lifestyle and seeing the change of you gaining that power, okay, psychologically and physically during this time. Because we have the moon and the sun activated with your emotions and your physical essence, okay. This could also be Neptune giving you clarity with Saturn on how to structure or bring down to earth or reality what you really want in life, which indicates your purpose, okay? And it feels like a calling to you. It could include that Piscean flavor of wanting to help others help themselves just like you did, okay? Or this could be some type of clarity or structure coming in for whatever work that you've been wanting or work that you've been doing. Because that transformation with Pluto, with Venus being the money, that balance is now coming back into your world. All right. But good things are happening for you, Leo. New beginnings within that 6th house of lifestyle and health. And you are getting your power back and you're structuring things as needed. Okay. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Virgo. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to take a look at this new moon that's happening in Capricorn in your 5th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. This is for Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Now, you guys, I have been under the weather, so please be patient with me if I have to pause the video to cough or sneeze. Right? Okay. All right, so the new moon in the 5th house is a new beginning in your love life, in your talents and genius, your hobbies, your children's life, maybe even having children. This could be a birth of a project of sorts. This is also where pets are, dating, celebrity popularity and recognition status. Now, Capricorn, it has the flavor of the 10th house, which is your power, your status, what people know you as, your work, your career, your reputation, your legacy, even father's health and wealth. Could be mothers also, if they are Saturnian. Some mothers wear the pants in the family, or, you know, you only have a mom in the family rather than a father. So that would be where Capricorn holds her. Okay. All right. So 5th house stating you may do a job in regards to your talents and genius, or let go of a project during this time that is almost like your baby. This could be a new beginning of that project. This could be a new beginning of you being on media, maybe even going viral, right? This could look like, if you don't have a job, that you're being asked to step up to the plate with your talents and genius, okay? To show the world your talents and genius. We have aspects that are covering this house. We have Mercury conjunct Mars, which is some type of communication of motivation. And it could be coming from a father figure. It could be coming from a person in your life that's in admiration to you. Okay? It could be coming from a literal Capricorn. Please remember that Mars is motivation, and it's also cutting. And Mercury is your mindset. Mercury rules over Virgo, Gemini. And it's your mindset, it's communication to yourself, communication to other people, and from other people, right? Mars can be anger and animosity. So on the other hand of this new moon, this could be someone getting angry and pushing their ideals or expressions upon you, because that's the 5th house, ideals and the way you express yourself. But it will give you motivation to go through something. It will give you motivation to do something, such as maybe there is a cutting of a relationship. Now that really depends on the person, of course, but if there is a cutting of a relationship, this could be that you're deciding to change your status. This would probably be on your side of choosing that you want to, because Capricorn is in this 5th house, and that's where your authority lies. Usually when things just kind of happen to you, we have other aspects involved. So this would be you deciding to take authority back over your love life, maybe even your dating life. Maybe your standards are getting higher. You're elevating the way you pick and choose that lover. This could also be communication about having a child. Now, not all people are going to get pregnant, okay? I don't want you to freak out. People freak out whenever I talk about kids or death and rebirth with Pluto or the 8th house, you know. So it could be that your child decides to cut a job or go to another job, right? It could also be that they're starting one. This could be you starting a job with your talents and genius, or this could be a situation of you getting a job that you actually like. Taking authority back in the 5th house. And Capricorn is where I see the professional life and career. Okay. All right. So let's look at other aspects besides the communication and motivation. We're going to take a look at Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. And that's in your 6th house of your lifestyle. It is your lifestyle. It is your work and daily routine. It is also your health. Pets are also here. Okay. Now you could be working with pets on a daily basis. This could be where everything is transforming. But we have Venus, which is love and balance and money. Venus is also Venusian things. It can be anything Venusian connected to Taurus and Libra, which is relationships or your self-worth and money. Also, Taurus is considered farming, agriculture. It's considered anything beautiful, making something beautiful. This could also be, I said love, but more or less relationships, anything that deals with clients, anything that deals with gains, right? Homes are also connected with Taurus. So we have Venus activated with Pluto, and Venus is conjunct Pluto, so it's going to have this flavor of transformative action that's taken place in the 6th house. And it could be an upgrade of money. It could be an upgrade of lifestyle. It could also be a situation to where Venus acts as what you consume. And it could be that you're consuming food in a different manner. like you're going on a diet. You're taking authority back over the way that you overindulge, 5th house. And it could be that you're changing your lifestyle by consuming something different, right? Changing your health that way. Transformation. Transformation is also happening with your work, like I said earlier. And it could be that you're getting some type of upgrade, or you're deciding that it's not enough. It really depends on which way the table rolls for you, right? So, okay, let's look at another aspect. We have Neptune conjunct Saturn. And, of course, Pisces is activated with Neptune and Saturn in that 7th house. And this is also telling you that, hey, I'm related to Venus because 7th house is ruled by Libra in astrology. Okay? So this is another way you can see. With Saturn, Saturn is giving you a reward for going through pretty much hell in the 7th house with relating to other people. Also, Neptune is clearing out the fog with Saturn to give you that practical clarity for whatever needs to be done in the 7th. The 7th house is clients. It's relating to other people, okay? This is boyfriend, girlfriend, business associations, marriages, friendships, everything relating to other people. And this could be on a psychological standpoint of you taking your power back, okay, from relationships. This could also be that you're taking your power back within business associations or collaborations with other people. Strategy and strategic planning is activated whenever Neptune and Saturn are conjunct together. There's a clarity of a aha moment that comes to you of what needs to go and what needs to stay. And this could be where you're making your decision, okay? Either on the relationship standpoint, you changing that status from single to married, married to single, or the status that you hold in work. Saturn can represent bosses, and Neptune can represent inspiration. So this could be a situation to where you're deciding to work for yourself, to figure out a way to get clients with whatever creative endeavor you have, okay? Remember that transformation I was talking about, because Libra is connected with Venus conjunct that transformative planet, which is Pluto in Aquarius. And it could be that there is some type of get together or some type of group club or affiliation, because that is Aquarius, that you're taking part of, that you're creating, maybe, that you are gaining from, okay? Because Aquarius can be gains also. I do want to say, too, that whatever you decide, that is your decision of free will, but clarity of looking at the situation for what it is within that 7th house is there. And there's no denying it. When Pluto is involved, it shows you what needs to change, what no longer serves you. And it could be that your emotions toward a relationship is changing and they're upgrading. Therefore, you are upgrading, because there is some type of evolution going on with your soul body when Pluto is activated. Okay. All right, Virgo, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi Libra, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this new moon that's happening in Capricorn in your 4th house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Please remember that I have videos in regards to Pluto and Saturn in the playlist if you need to take a look at those. Also, if you can't find them in the playlist, just hit videos and you'll be able to see the last ones that were uploaded, because I really can't remember if I put them in a playlist. But lately I have been sick. Okay, so if I have to cough, pause the video. If you hear me sneeze, I do apologize. I do have a cold. Okay. All right. So the 4th house is homes, properties. It is where you live. It is where things are private. 4th house is also family, your emotional body. Okay. It is what makes you feel secure. Capricorn being here with a new beginning is showing you that there is a new beginning within your home space. There is a new beginning within your emotional body. There is a new beginning that's happening that's going to make you feel secure once again. This could be in regards to a job. Capricorn, it rules the 10th house in astrology. So we're dealing with your professional life, your work career. Also, we're dealing with your legacy. We're also dealing with fathers and their health and wealth. And mothers are activated with the 4th, okay? Just to let you know. Motherhood is also there within the 4th house. All right, so this could be that you're working from home. This could also be that you're getting some type of communication for motivation to work from home. Okay, and I say that because there are aspects that are happening here in the 4th, which is Mercury will conjunct Mars. And this could be communication, Mercury, talking to Mars with motivation. Or it could be some type of animosity that comes out with Mars, because Mars can be anger. And it could be communication of animosity, and therefore you decide to work from home. Okay. This could also be communication coming through that's in regards to a home. All right. That pushes you forward. That you're having a new beginning with taking authority over your home, or taking authority over those emotions that are connected with either family, your status. That could be your marriage. That could be your work facilitation. That could be anything that you hold as your status, such as I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a husband, I'm a father, right? Anything that deals with your status. This could be communication coming from someone that is motivating you, okay? And that could look like family helping you to get motivated. That could also look like a cutting, because Mars can be cutting, okay? It can make you decide to move. Mars can, because Mars deals with movement, okay? It also deals with cutting, and we're dealing with homes and properties. So it could be that you're deciding to move from whatever communication that is coming to you. I do want to look at other aspects. We have Venus, which will conjunct Pluto in Aquarius in that 5th house. Aquarius is groups, clubs, and affiliations. And it's also innovation. It can be the internet. It can also be rewards and gains and your goals. Aquarius can, if it's on the psychological standpoint of your life, because we're dealing with your emotions, usually emotions have an effect on your psyche, especially with Mercury there in that 4th, that you're deciding to detach from emotions. Okay, there could be a detachment. There could also be an upgrade. that happens with your emotions, because we're still talking about this 5th house connected with the 4th. The 5th house is your love life, it's friendships, fun and optimism, is that creative endeavor that you have, your God-given talent and genius. Your children are here, or children in general are here. Also, it can be rewards also, right? Rewards from competition. But this could be that on a psychological level, if we're dealing with love, love is in the 5th house, and Aquarius being detachment, right? And the 4th house being your emotions, that during this new moon in Capricorn, you're deciding to detach from any type of emotions that deal with love or children and maybe their love life, right? This could also be that you're becoming a mother, okay? Venus is love and balance, and it's also money. And it's connected with Pluto during this time. Transformation. A complete transformation. And getting rid of things that no longer serve you can be Pluto. And this could be that love situation in your life had to go, right? And Pluto is talking to you to transform it. Or it's talking to you to transform the way that you are with love. Okay? This could also be that you're deciding to put your creative endeavor on the internet, that you are working from home, and therefore you're placing upon that internet stance with Aquarius and gaining money through the internet, okay? This could also be that you're becoming a mother or a father, or that situation where maybe someone made you angry because Mars was activated in the 4th, that you're deciding to get more involved with your creative endeavors or push out a project of some sort. So we have Capricorn activated, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And therefore, Saturn is activated in Pisces, in that 6th house. The 6th house is your daily routines, your daily work and employment. It is also your health. 6th house is your lifestyle. Okay. Your lifestyle could be having a plan. Maybe there's something that was a habit. Maybe there was something that you had to forgive with compassion. That's Pisces, right? Letting go and going with faith. Endings is also Pisces. Okay, so just to let you know that there could be a lifestyle that's ending. There could also be some type of job loss, because that is connected here. But it depends upon what you're going through, because losing something could be losing your inspiration or losing your compassion with something, okay? And that could be dealing with your daily routine. Maybe you're finally fed up with what you've been doing on a daily basis and you're deciding to change it, okay? With Neptune activated with Saturn, we're talking about practical clarity for that strategy to place a plan upon. And you're planning something in the 6th house of either getting your health together. It could be just changing up your daily routine, change your habits, change your life, right? It could also be that you're deciding to cut out something from your life because you're seeing the clarity and it deals with your lifestyle. This could also be a change of lifestyle due to a situation, such as an upgrade in love, money, or just balance, that you're feeling safe again. Okay? Thank you, Libra, for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi Scorpio, this is for Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Capricorn new moon that's happening in your third house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I've been sick, you guys, so please be patient with me. All right, so the third house is communication. Is communication to yourself, other people, your mindset. It's also public speaking, advertising. It can be tools that you use, like ambidextrous tools using with your hands. It can also be aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors and siblings. Third house is also vehicles. Third house is small education, such as certificates. It can be media and writing. And I think that might be about all the third house. Third house is a lot of things. The documents and ideas is a third house because it's ruled by Mercury. Okay. All right. So we have Capricorn here. And this is a new beginning with those things that I just mentioned. It could be that Capricorn is representing work, your authority. It could be Capricorn is representing 10th house definition, such as your status, okay, such as single, married, married, single, CEO or laborer. It could be your legacy. It could also be just your authority here. And this could be that there's a new beginning of you taking back your authority with your status. And it includes documents. It includes ideas. This could be work, right? Capricorn can be work. And this could be communication in regards to work. This could be communication in regards to work from your local environment, which is the third house. I forgot to mention it's your neighborhood, your local environment. But it could be communication of you getting a job locally, or it could be just, getting a job in general. This is a new beginning in regards to communication with an aunt, uncle, cousin, relative, niece, nephew, or neighbor or sibling that could spark ideas. It could be that they're presenting you with some type of document. It could also be that they are helping you with providing tools to work or a vehicle, okay? There is an aspect here. Mercury will conjunct Mars in this house. And Mercury is communication. It is third house entities, right? It is communication to yourself from other people. Also your mindset, thinking, right? And it's conjunct Mars, which is, it can be animosity and anger, but it can also be cutting. It can be motivation to do something. So there could be communication coming to you from those people, aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, neighbors, or siblings that motivates you to do something, or you're cutting them out of your communication. It could be that you're deciding to move, right? Movement is Mars. Moving is the third house. Okay, so it could be that you're deciding to move, taking authority back, maybe moving for work, right? It could also be a situation of communication that makes you angry, that motivates you to do something, such as move or cut those people out of communication of your life, right? Just kind of reserve yourself, taking your authority back with Capricorn. All right, I want to look at another aspect to get more in depth, which is Pluto and Venus will be conjunct in Aquarius during this new moon. And Venus is love, harmony, balance. Venus is also money. Venus can be just Venusian. It can include homes. It can include making something beautiful. It can also include food, right? What you consume. Venus is the ruler over Taurus and Libra. So we're talking about relationships, clients, contracts and affiliations, and we're also talking about your self-worth and money, your confidence, right? With it activated in the 4th, this is dealing with your home. This is dealing with your home and property, being a mother. Also, this could be motherhood. It could be fatherhood, honestly, but depending on if you are the nurturing parent, right? It can also be single father, okay? If you're the only one within that child's life, all right? Your emotional body is activated here. What makes you feel secure is activated. And with Aquarius, Aquarius is the internet. Aquarius is groups, clubs, and affiliations. Aquarius is community. Aquarius is also detachment and innovative ideas. And it can be a little weird, right? So with this all involved with Venus and Pluto, we have a transformation of, it could be your emotions that are attached to whatever, because there's a detaching that's happening with Aquarius activated. And it could be emotions attached to those people, aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors that are having a detachment, that you're deciding what makes you feel secure. You're deciding to take authority over your mindset, and with Venus being activated with Pluto, transforming the way you love others, transforming that balance, bringing you back into harmony within your home space, right? It can also be that you're deciding to move, like I said earlier, taking your authority back. And it could be that you're seeing things on the internet, homes, which is Venus, and transforming your ideas in regards to moving. This could also be your emotional body is involved, detaching from either loving someone, detaching from a relationship, detaching from maybe your responsibilities of love or motherhood. This could also be detachment from a mother in general, okay? Maybe your mom or the single father, okay? That to have harmony and balance, you have to break away for a minute, right? And this could be you taking your authority back in regards to those emotions, in regards to whatever is affiliated with aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, or neighbors, okay, or siblings. This could also be that you're getting word upon your sibling having a child, okay? That could be it. And there's a transformation of love that happens because maybe they weren't pregnant before and you're getting closer this way, and you guys could be communicating over the internet. It could also be a situation of you changing the way that you interact with people on the internet. And there is a detachment here, or it could be that you're placing more compassion in regards to other people and their emotional body in groups, clubs, and affiliations on the internet. Goals are activated when it comes to Aquarius, and your goal could be connected to what you really want out of life. And it could be making money, which is Venus, or it could be just balance and harmony, or it could be love, okay? And that goal is activated here with Pluto. There's a transformation of something leaving your life, so that makes room for that new energy within your emotional body. This could be you learning how to do that, how to transform those emotions to where you gain. And that could be manifestation. It could be, there's so many things out there revolving around psychological manifestation. And it could be that you're placing your emotions to where you want to be. Does that make any sense? You could also be planning a visit of short distance travel revolving around aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, or siblings. And this is pushing that compassion toward those people, or you're getting invited to some type of maybe reunion, maybe some type of party of some sort. Socializing is Aquarius, and it's more than 3 people, okay? So I want to look at the 5th house, because the 5th house is included within this reading due to Saturn being activated by Capricorn. Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn. Saturn also has Capricorn flavor of authority and practicality. Saturn being in that 5th house ever so long is saying, I'm going to give you some type of reward for dealing with lessons due to children, love, having fun, over excessiveness, okay? Maybe even your expression or overindulgence, right? This is Saturn saying, you went through it. I'm going to get with Neptune to ground out those inspirations that you have for your future now that you've went through situations of maybe having to step up to the plate in love, dealing with loving someone unconditionally, maybe even dealing with being a mother, or your children having problems one way, shape, or form in their life of gaining authority in their life, right? It could also be that you felt like your creative endeavors, maybe they were not hitting that escapism. Does that make any sense? That you couldn't escape by painting, or you couldn't escape by making jewelry, or you couldn't escape by whatever you do creatively, because Saturn was making you sit with compassion, sit with unconditional love, sit in feeling like you were suffering, sit in feeling like you were a victim, so that you could get your emotions right, so that you could gain that authority back within your love life, your dating life, within your friendships, within connections with creative endeavors, okay? So Saturn here is rewarding you with Neptune, giving you that inspiration to do something. And it could be inspiring you to take the lead in regards to what you have learned thus far. And it could be that authority is connected with love, that you are capable of being a loving person, or you see what you deserve, right? And this is where action is coming out in regards to that new beginning in the 3rd house. So you're getting ideas of what to do next with love life, with friendships, of what to do next with having fun, enjoying life again, with what to do next in regards to maybe a father figure. It doesn't have to be a father. It could be a Pisces. It could be a grandfather. Doesn't matter. A father figure in your life, taking back your authority. And this could look like you doing so, okay? This could also be that connection with this new moon, that there are communication. There's communication coming to you in regards to maybe your grief that you've been going through, and it could be coming from that father figure or authority figure. It could be coming from a boss that maybe you had been through so much, and that boss is telling you to take time off, or that boss is giving you an upgrade for you going through whatever you went through and still, trying to get the bag, and that boss seen you trying to get the bag, and so there's an upgrade that can happen for you. This could also be situations with spirituality and astrology and tarot, or anything that connects you with the ether, right? That you're deciding to use that you're connecting with those people that also use that. And therefore, that communication within inside of you in regards to your emotional body, you're taking your authority back. Okay, that could be it. It could also be a situation to where work is coming out of a situation of your creative endeavors. This could be practical strategy upon what to do for work. And are you having fun? Are you enjoying it? Is this something that is inspiring you? Because if it's not, it has to go. And with the third house activated, these are things that you're going to be thinking about. There is a new beginning here in the third house. All right, Scorpio, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Sagittarius. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this new moon that is happening in your second house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. So a new beginning happening in the second house. The second house is your values. It is also your self-confidence, your self-worth. This could also be money. What you value is activated, such as material things, and also how you bring value into the world is activated. Now, this is a new beginning here. Capricorn flavor is more or less of 10th house entities, such as your legacy. It is your title that you hold in life, whether that is a mother, father, CEO, or laborer, or a person that is single or married. This is the way that other people see you, the public sees you, right? Your authority and power are connected with Capricorn, and it's activated here of a new beginning, of maybe you bringing back authority within your self-worth, what you value. This could be also a new beginning in the way that you bring value into the world by working, or you seeing it for the first time that you are valuable within some type of status that you hold, such as you being a mom or a father, or that CEO or laborer, or within your relationships, right? This could be a situation to where a father is activated, and they're the ones communicating to you your value. I say that because there's an aspect happening here in the second house, which is Mercury and Mars being conjunct together. Communication is Mercury. It's also the way that you think. Mercury rules Gemini, and it also rules Virgo. And it could be that you're thinking about what to do next, how to be motivated, or getting motivation from someone else, which would be either a person of admiration, or a father, or a boss, someone that's in a higher octave within your life. They could be communicating to you with this motivation. They could also be communicating to you some type of anger, because anger and animosity is Mars, right? And this could mean that it is pushing you because of that anger. That motivation from anger is happening with that communication. to gain more money, to have self-worth for yourself. There's some type of emotional attachment here that's connected with the moon and the sun being together of your ego and your emotional body that you're seeing for the first time. And that new beginning could have you bring yourself to a point of, I am valuable. I do have authority. Having that self-worth and confidence to get things done. Money could be coming to you to where it pushes that communication, right? I'm going to look further. There is another aspect happening in Aquarius, which is Venus will conjunct Pluto. Venus can be money, it can be love. Venus can also be harmony. It can also be anything Venusian, as connections with Taurus and connections with Libra. So we're talking about relationships of any type, business associations, clients, and then we're talking about Taurus with Venusian things such as, you know, money and self-worth, also homes, maybe even agriculture and farming is activated here, okay? And this is where transformation of that is happening because it's conjunct Pluto. And there could be some type of transformation happening within the third house, such as a document comes through. It could be that document includes something that deals with money or love. It could deal with some type of balance and harmony coming back into your self-worth and confidence. Okay. This is third house is communication to yourself and other people. It is ideas and documents. It is also moving and movement. It is small education, such as certificates or licenses. This is schools, third house. Third house is aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, and neighbors. Third house can be media and writing. And this could look like, with Aquarius involved, that is coming over the internet, this communication for work or for any type of upgrade within money. This could also be groups, clubs, and affiliations that you're involved with, and they're the ones that are motivating you. Advertising, tools, working with your hands is the third house, and there could be resources here that you can use from groups, clubs, and affiliations, that you find the right tool, or you actually get some type of communication in regards to what to do next, in regards to gaining your authority back on self-worth or gaining money, right? Okay, so transformation with Venus. It could be that maybe that relationship is transforming because of communication from groups, clubs, or affiliations, or a friendship of long distance, okay? That they could be the ones transforming a relationship for you or showing you that you have self-worth, okay? All right, so I want to look at Saturn. Saturn is in Pisces during this new moon. Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn, so it will be activated. And Saturn is conjunct Neptune within the fourth house. And this is bringing in clarity, practical clarity, maybe even giving you that plan on what to do next. And this is with your home life. This is also with your emotional body. Okay, fourth house is your home, property, emotional body. Fourth house is mothers, motherhood, and mother figures. fourth house is also connected with your security or what makes you feel secure. All right. And Saturn activated with Neptune is giving you clarity on what needs to happen next for you to feel secure. And it's connected with the second house. It's connected with you need to get your self-confidence in check and have authority over that self-confidence. Or this is dealing with money, to take authority back over your finances or making money. Saturn can also give you a reward for dealing with things that happened in the fourth house. And it could have been that you didn't have a home, or it could have been that you were highly emotional, dealing with mother figures, or dealing with being a mother, right? It could have been that your family in general, they were giving you lessons on how to take your authority back. Inspiration is Neptune. It can bring out your purpose, right? Whenever it's connected with Saturn. Practicality of how to obtain your goal. That idea is Neptune. That dream that you have is Neptune. And it could have been showing you little bits and pieces on how to. But first, it was breaking everything down, making you feel like a victim, making you feel like you were suffering at home, or not having a home, or within your emotional body, or dealing with mothers, right? Making you feel like maybe you had to figure out a way to work from home, because Saturn can be work. Saturn is over Capricorn and it rules that 10th house, remember? So we're talking about your legacy, your work and career. And this could be a final situation of you having that opportunity to gain more money in regards to working from home, working with homes, being in real estate, obtaining your own home. This could be, if you have been working from home, that you're gaining more clients and you're seeing this reward from Saturn, from feeling like a victim, from being at home, right? This could also be a situation to where Neptune is giving you that dream home, the one that you've been pining for. Okay, just to let you know that Neptune can make things happen with Saturn. It can ground out those dreams that you have. And if you've been holding off from getting a home thus far because it doesn't quite sit well with you, that this could be a time to where you obtain it. And a new feeling comes with that. A new feeling of self-worth and confidence, maybe even working from home, maybe even because you're able to move to a certain location. It could be that you have that opportunity to work for yourself or to gain money. If this is dealing with work, it could be that loss of work that happened that pushed you to work from home. And therefore, that advertising is getting hits from clients during this time. Okay, but that self-worth is coming back to you with that second house. Also, your confidence, even money coming to you is a possibility. I'm seeing if there's anything else I can tell you. It could be some type of shared resource that comes through. I say that connections with the fourth house is Cancer, and Cancer is in your 8th, okay, of shared resources, or dealing with things that are government or grants government, anything of a tax rebate that comes back. Anything that you find as a mortgage or a loan coming through, right, is connections with the fourth house is activated. And especially with Pluto being activated, because Pluto rules over Scorpio, and Scorpio rules the eighth house in astrology. So this could be that this is where the money is coming from, right? Or there's transformation within your mother's life that happens, okay, to bring in that harmony and balance again. Okay. All right. I think that's about it, Sagittarius. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being patient. I have been under the weather. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Capricorn. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to look at this new moon that's happening in Capricorn in your first house. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the first house is your image, your looks, your physical body, your identity. It can be exploration of sexuality, your self-leadership, governing yourself, your aesthetic, your physical appearance that other people see you as, or the way that other people see you. Capricorn being activated with a new beginning here. This is a new identity coming toward you. And it could be within work. It could be within your status, single to married, married to single, or it could be your status in work, right? Where you decide to be the boss, or that opportunity is coming to you. This could also be a new beginning that's happening with your legacy, right? That your legacy is actually coming true, or this is the beginning of you starting a new legacy. Because Capricorn rules the 10th house in astrology. So there is that Capricorn flavor here, that 10th house flavor, and authority and power is coming back into your identity. Okay. We have Mercury that will be conjunct Mars in Capricorn during this new moon. Mercury is communication to yourself and other people, and then getting communication, right? Or gaining communication. Mars is motivation, action, moving. It is also anger and animosity. And these things mixed with communication, it could be that there is a boss that is communicating with you, or a father figure that is communicating with you, right? That brings in motivation to change that identity. Or it could be some type of anger or animosity that pushes you to change that identity. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. But it's coming from someone of a Capricorn stance. It could be someone of admiration that you look up to. It could be someone of a father figure. It could be someone that is a staple of motivation within your world. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person that you know personally. It could be someone that you're listening to on YouTube, such as like Tony Robbins gives you motivation to change things. And it could have something that changes your ideas or changes your mindset around this time. Authority is coming back into that identity, okay? Whether it be in work, your marriage, your relationships, whether it be with your legacy, your power is coming back, okay, with this communication that's coming to you. All right, so I want to look at another aspect that's happening, such as Venus will conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. And that's your second house. The second house deals with self-worth. It deals with your confidence and money, how you bring value into the world. And then we're dealing with Aquarius flavor. This could be coming from groups, clubs, and affiliations. It could be a goal that you have. It could be on the internet, right? Aquarius is internet. It could be detachment also, because that is Aquarius. Aquarius is also innovative, okay? Venus is money, harmony, love. Venus rules over Libra and Taurus. So we can be talking about relationships with Libra and clients with Libra, business associations with Libra or Taurus, right? Taurus would be homes and properties. Taurus is also farm and agriculture. Taurus is things that you consume, right? Food, anything that deals with your face or teeth, okay? This could be, I think I said money. I'm going to say it again, right? Activated with Taurus. Transformation of those things is happening here in the second house. Taurus actually rules that second house in astrology. So there is this combination of things happening that is transforming you, right? Of your money and self-worth. And it could be that there is communication coming from clients over the internet that is giving you a new identity of work. Maybe you didn't have clients before and advertising happened, or word of mouth happened. Some type of communication happened for you to gain more clients. And this could be a time to where that happens with transformation with Venus of money. Now, transformation of love could be a result of you gaining more self-worth. It could also have a psychological flavor to it of you understanding your authority within love. And therefore, there's a gain of that self-confidence. You could be getting information over the internet or through groups, clubs, and affiliations, or through attending some type of socializing event that helps you realize that you are worth it, or that you do have authority within your relationships. Your power is coming back within yourself, okay? I also want to say, too, that there is a transformation with Pluto in a way of maybe you dealt with the depths of your soul when it came to love, right? And I say that because it's hitting on a psychological level with this new moon. Saturn is activated. Saturn is activated because of Capricorn being the ruler over Capricorn, okay? And Saturn is giving you rewards. It is in the third house in your chart with Pisces. Saturn has been giving you lessons in regards to taking your authority back when it comes to communicating, when it comes to your mindset, right? When it comes to interactions with aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, nieces, nephews, neighbors, siblings, right? It's giving you that authority back. You found it one way or another, because Saturn could have caused situations to where your authority was tested, okay? Lessons from Saturn is you either understand that you can have authority within yourself, or I'm going to break you down until you understand that you do, right? And in the third house, we're talking about if you had been working for yourself and advertising and this, that, and other, Saturn could have caused some animosity with that you weren't necessarily getting enough clients for work, or that you were having trouble with work because of a boss, or because of a situation of you letting others like walk all over you, okay? Because that can be a Piscean theme of you feeling victimized, of you feeling like you're suffering, and also having to have compassion and surrender for the other person. Okay, so this could have been too that Saturn was messing with your mindset of you taking authority back over your mindset. It could have been dealing with vehicles, right? You could have gotten a vehicle for work in the last 3 years from Saturn. Or it could have been that you lost a vehicle and you had to obtain another one some way, somehow. It could have been that Saturn made you move. Or it could have been a situation of Saturn made you lose something within the third, such as you lost your license, or you lost maybe some type of situation with media, like you got blocked, right? Or advertising was just really, really hard, or communication was misunderstood on a constant, or your mindset was consistently thinking of victimization or suffering, or that everyone was out to get you, right? And Saturn is bringing back in rewards of your mindset being calm and collected, and authority is coming back into your identity. Or this could be that it's rewarding you with some type of job, or it's rewarding you with being a boss, having that upgrade with money. It's rewarding you with a better job, right? It's rewarding you with a better vehicle. Or it's rewarding you with those ideas that you have, because we have connections with Neptune. Neptune with Saturn is your inspiration coming down to earth. Okay, we're making a practical plan for that goal of inspiring goal that you have, or inspiration that you have for that dream. And we're making it concrete. That's Saturn with Neptune. And this could be that you're getting communication that is finally coming through. And it doesn't necessarily have to be connected with what I've said thus far, but it is connected with that self-worth and confidence in your identity changing. And there is going to be some type of complete transformation that happens with you because of that communication. Okay? It could be communication in regards to money, a love life, something that brings harmony, that is connected with your self-worth and confidence, the value you bring into the world. We're talking about the second house, okay? And maybe the value that other people see you as, the public sees you, okay? So third house is a lot of things. It is the junk drawer of the zodiac. But mainly it was on a psychological level of getting you ready to be a leader. And it's time for you to step up to the plate, because a new beginning is happening with your identity that's coming through. All right, Capricorn, thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Aquarius. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Capricorn new moon that's happening in your 12th. Please take time out to like, share, and subscribe. The 12th house deals with spirituality, soul work, enlightenment, can be the dark night of the soul, loss, grief, mediumship, past lives, karma, healing and restoration of past conditioning. It also deals with prisons and hospitals, psychic and intuitive abilities, transformation and endings, habits, higher states of consciousness. This is also where you sabotage, okay? All right, so 12th house in astrology is ruled by Pisces. In this case, you're taking back your authority in regards to something that gives you enlightenment some type of awakening is happening for you during this time. This awakening can concern a job opportunity, job in general. It can concern your status that you hold, such as single, married, married, single, the position of job that you have, the title that you hold in the world, a father, a mother, okay? This is authority coming back to you, your power being activated in the 12th. There could be some type of dark night of the soul that's happening. This is a new beginning that's happening here in the 12th. And this dark night of the soul is to bring your power back to you, your authority back to you, okay? I do want to say, too, that grief and loss is activated. And grief and loss could have been activated within your mind's eye during this new moon, to where you have to heal grief. It could be you taking authority over that grief. Something that could have been lost, such as a job, or such as maybe a status that you hold, or the title of the job that you hold, or you could have gotten demoted in a job situation. And this was to show you your power that you hold within, okay? There could be transformation or endings happening here. A transformation of job to where you're upgrading, or an ending of job to where you're letting go. This could also happen within a status that you hold in your life, whether that is the marriage or relationship that you're in, that title that you hold, you're letting go of it, or it's transforming, okay? You could also become a father during this time, just to let you know, all right? Now, spirituality and psychological healing is activated with Pisces, and it's to keep you from feeling like a victim, okay? I say Pisces because 12th house is Pisces in astrology, okay? So whatever is healing here is to bring you back into your authority that you have within your life. And it could be that you're awakening to that power. You're awakening to that psychic and intuitive ability that you have. You're understanding the esoteric, and therefore gaining power by understanding, okay? Mediumship and past life karma, all of those things are activated here. You could have gotten a karma reading during this new moon, or past life reading, or mediumship that helped you connect with that power that's waiting for you, okay? It could be, I have mediums also in my playlist if you want to take a look, but it connects you to the other person so that you can understand that you are not alone, that they are always around. I'm a medium, so as a medium, I have a very mystical view of how life is and how death is, because I've talked to both sides of it, right? The veil had been lifted, and this could be a time to where you're understanding where I'm coming from, that it's nothing to be scared of, and everyone goes through the transition, right? So your power is coming back into that 12th. Okay, so I want to talk about aspects that are happening. We have Mercury and Mars activated here in the 12th with Capricorn. This could be communication psychologically that motivates you, or this could be communication from someone else that motivates you. This could also be communication in regards to a situation that makes you angry, that motivates you, that pushes you forward with the power that's needed. For example, This could be you getting some type of reading, and that motivates you to go forward with whatever. It transforms the power of yourself, that reading. Or you yourself are being the reader, and you're realizing your psychic and intuitive abilities, and therefore gaining that power. I do want to say too that habits are involved in the 12th. And this could be a time to where you're deciding to cut out a habit. One of the profound things that I heard about habits, right, is that habits are psychological, and you can't necessarily make someone transform their habit, but you can help them understand that to transform a habit, you just stop doing it. You stop doing the habit. It's not like you're going to all of a sudden be cured. It's you decide. You decide to stop doing it. Habits are habitual. So when you make the decision to stop, that's whenever it's not a habit any longer. Does that make any sense? Addiction is like that too. That's why people try to correlate addiction with mental illness, that it's a behavioral situation with that habit. But really, it's the fact of choosing to stop. To stop feeling like you can escape. To stop feeling like some people would correlate addiction, depending on what they were doing, to being happy again. To make yourself happy and just stop the habit, right? But it really depends on your viewpoint of it. I can talk to you like this, Aquarius, because you understand. You understand where I'm coming from. I get a little out there sometimes, but on a psychological standpoint, everyone works differently, and they have different blueprints within themselves that are activated. And it's whether or not you choose to keep it activated, right? That's where the free will comes in. Anyway, so with Mercury and Mars together, this could also be communication from someone of authority within your world. It could be a person that is a motivated speaker, or it could be a person that is a male figure, or it could just be a person that pushes that motivation toward you. It can either be Capricorn, a Capricorn person, or it could be a person that is older, that gives you some type of enlightenment, that helps you transform a situation. Mars can also be cutting, right? So it could be communication about cutting a situation. That could be work, that could be the status that you're in, the title that everyone knows you as. It really depends on what's happening within your world, because transformation is happening. Okay, so I'm going to move further. We have Venus and Pluto activated in Aquarius, and we're talking about your identity. Your identity, your physical body, the way that other people sees you, your physical appearance, such as your aesthetic, your self-leadership, governing yourself, your self-autonomy. All these things are activated with Venus and Pluto. Venus and Pluto, this is a transformation of your love, your money, balance, and harmony, okay, within you and the way that other people see you. This could be a situation of your identity changing because that status is changing, okay? I do want to say, too, that there is a emotional detachment that can happen during this time. And that's due to Aquarius being activated. and the moon being activated in the 12th. It could be an emotional detachment, but an awakening at the same time of you understanding your power. This could also be a situation of things finally upgrading. Your identity is upgrading. Your groups, clubs, and affiliations, something is happening there to where you're more involved, or people are seeing you as a person that is connected with your community or connected with groups, clubs, and affiliations. Could be that you're getting money. Your self-worth is coming out of that. It could be that that identity change is happening because you're getting married, right? It could be a time to where you're proposed to, okay? I say these things because Venus is with Pluto and it's transforming love, harmony, and balance. It's transforming money. Money could come to you due to a loss. An inheritance is activated here because we have Pluto that activates Scorpio with inheritance, okay? 8th house would be activated, right? And it would be from probably a person that is a parent or a person that is of admiration in your life, okay? Because we have that loss activated with the 12th. I'm going to show you the correlation so you don't get confused. So the 12th house is activated, right? With Capricorn. Capricorn rules the 10th. And that's in Scorpio. Scorpio rules the 8th. So we have inheritance. Okay? And shared resources. Chunky money, if you would. Grants, government, loans of any type. Could be mortgage, could be banking loans. I'm trying to think of anything else. Transformation of your lifestyle is happening because Virgo is in that 8th. Okay? So things are happening to you of your identity with this new moon. And love and money and some type of self-worth understanding, your power is coming back. An awakening of who you really are is coming back. Okay? All right, so I want to look at Saturn. Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn. And Saturn is in that 2nd house. And Saturn has not been so nice with your finances, okay? Saturn may have given you instances to where you could obtain money, but it may have been because of situations like some type of disability or some type of PTSD. I'm talking about like Piscean things such as Piscean is wounded and makes you feel like a victim and suffering, and it deals with money in your case. And you could have gotten money from disability, being in the hospital. You could have had to use money to get people out of prison or jail, right? Or there was some type of correlation with money that dealt with grief or that dealt with loss of some type. And in this case, Saturn is bringing you rewards for what it had given you lessons upon. The whole point of Saturn in the second was to build up that self-worth, to make you more confident. Who told you that you weren't confident, right? Who made you the victim, okay? How do you take authority over you making your own income? Last 3 years, you have to think about this, right? The last 3 years, Saturn has been in this house. And soon it will move into Aries, and it'll give lessons there in Aries, right? But right now, it's bringing upon those rewards that you had went through, the losses you went through, the victimization that you went through, the not feeling valuable in situations. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with just money. This could be with your self-worth and confidence connected with who you are as a father, as a mother, as a wife, as a husband, as the CEO, or whatever your title is of work. Not feeling valuable there, right? Or feeling wounded within that situation. And Saturn is with Neptune, bringing practical clarity on who you really are. Have compassion for yourself, says Saturn. Realize that not every relationship is perfect, and not every person is perfect. And having that surrender to how you bring value into work, relationships, anything, your whole life, right? Understanding that you do have value. Understanding that there is a transformation coming with this situation to bring you value. Okay? Because we have the 12th house activated with that awakening and transformation. New beginning. You will see your value. You will see how you bring value into the world. You will see that you are a compassionate person. You will see that you're capable of surrender. When things get a little bit hectic, you are capable of surrender and doing what needs to be done. Neptune can give an inspiration to Saturn to ground out those dreams that you have. And this could be a time to where that comes through. Something comes through with Neptune. It could feel like divine timing. It could feel like that it's an inspiration that you're ready to pull down to earth. Okay? There's something that you want to make money with, or there's some type of money coming to you from Neptune to place you on the right path of your purpose. Okay? Taking authority back is happening. Transformation happening within your identity. Self-worth coming back to you. Understanding the value that you hold in the world is coming back to you. Okay? I'm trying to see if there's any way that I can explain this further. It could be, okay, second house in astrology, it is ruled by Taurus. So let's look at Taurus. It could be within your family. It could be a home. It could be that love of family, seeing the love of family, or having, maybe there's something in the back of your mind to where you wanted a farm or agriculture or what have you. And this could be a time to where you're getting land. Or this could be a time to where you're getting a home. Or this could be a time to where that emotional body that you have is being balanced. Okay? Or something connected with Taurus. Taurus is love, Taurus is money, Taurus is self-worth, connections with the 4th house, such as home and property, mothers, motherhood, mother figures. This is family. This is also security. Okay, so self-worth coming back into those things. All right. Thank you, Aquarius, for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Pisces. I hope you're doing well today. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're going to take a look at this Capricorn new moon happening in the 11th house. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, Pisces, I have been under the weather, so please bear with me as I get through this video, right? So the 11th house is your groups, clubs, and affiliations. It is connected with community. Also your goals, friendships of long distance, older siblings, socializing in a big way. This is also your rewards and gains, the 11th house. In Capricorn, we're talking about Capricorn being your power and authority. Capricorn is also work. It is the status that you hold, okay? The status that you hold, such as the title you hold within those clubs, groups, and affiliations. It can also be you being a mother, father, a wife, a husband, whatever title you hold in life or within work, okay, is activated here. With this new moon, there is a new beginning of a new status, maybe even a work affiliation. It could be coming from groups, clubs, and affiliations. It could be coming from community, that you're working with the community or inside the community. It could be, if you don't have a job, this could be a time to where you're getting word of a job. And I say that because Mercury and Mars are in this house with this moon, okay? Mercury will conjunct Mars during this new moon. And Mercury is communication. It is communication to yourself, getting communication from other people. It can also be psychological, right? You thinking. Mars is motivation. Mars is also cutting. It can be anger. It can be movement, okay? There could be some type of communication coming from a person that is Capricornian or Saturnian, a person that is older, a person that is a boss. It could be a father. It could be a person of admiration. These people could be the ones that are motivating you within groups, clubs, and affiliations, or pushing you forward with some type of work. Or it could be communication that you're getting for motivation to get your authority back within clubs, groups, and affiliations, or get your authority back within the community. Goals are activated here. So there could be something that comes in that pushes your goal forward. And it could be with work, it could be with status. It's whatever in your life that's connected with Capricorn, right? It could be the bigger picture, because the 10th house in your world is connected with Sagittarius, right? So it could be the bigger picture. It could be that you're gaining your authority back with your belief system or philosophy in regards to a club, group, or affiliation, or your goals, or pushing you forward with ideas on what to do next in regards to those things, right? Okay, so I do want to say too that Mars can be animosity, and there could be some type of anger that comes in that motivates you to push forward. Okay, motivates you to gain a new status, or motivates you to change a status, motivates you to cut something out within your world, such as groups, clubs, or affiliations, or, you know, an old goal that you have. So I want to look at another aspect, which is Venus and Pluto are activated in Aquarius during this new moon. Venus is conjunct Pluto, and this will be a transformation within love, money, balance, and harmony. It looks like to me, with the 12th house activated, that an awakening can happen here. Okay. The 12th house is awakenings, it's soul work, it's healing. Okay. It's also transformation and endings. It can be a loss or grief of something. It can also be your habits, psychic and intuitive abilities, mediumship, past lives, karma, anything that deals with the esoteric side of life, such as astrology and tarot, right? All of these things are activated, and Venus is activated with love, money, and harmony. That's transforming. This could be that there's a transformation in your relationship due to an awakening of some sort. With Aquarius activated, it will allow you to detach from the situation, okay, and see it objectively. Aquarius can be innovative. Aquarius can be detachment. Aquarius can also include groups, clubs, and affiliations, your goals and rewards. It can be gains, right? Aquarius is the internet, okay? So there could be some type of activation that happens for you to awaken. And this could be revolving around you finding connections over the internet that helps you awaken to something. Or it could be that groups, clubs, and affiliations that you're a part of, they help you transform. Some people, I mean, there is a lot of YouTubers out there that help with transforming your emotional body. And there's a lot of videos and reels and things of that nature that deal with frequency work. You could have gotten a reading of some type online. You could have maybe a mediumship reading, and it made you see things differently or awaken to the fact of what you were really feeling. That brings harmony back into your awareness. Okay. Awakenings are activated, and the internet is activated here. So you could have found that awakening through the internet with clubs, groups, and affiliations. Or this could be that you and your connection with clubs, groups, and affiliations with your psychic abilities and things of that nature are having a gain. Okay, there's a transformation of you gaining money, right? Remember, Venus is money, love, harmony, and balance. It's Venusian things, can be homes, right? Because it has a connection with Taurus, and it has a connection with farms and agriculture, okay? It also has a connection with Libra. Venus is the ruler over Taurus and Libra, and Libra is relationships and business associations and clients. And this could be that you have a transformation of those things, a gain of some sort, okay? And that trickles over to you gaining in that 11th house. A new beginning of your gains and rewards and goals being activated. A new beginning of you being affiliated with clubs, groups, and affiliations. Or being on the internet, you working over the internet. Okay, work is Capricorn. Your power is coming back into the 11th house or from the 11th house. So that could be the reason why you are gaining power once again. Okay. All right, so transformation of love, money, and balance in the 12th due to an awakening of a situation, a detachment, a reward or gain comes through, something that's affiliated, like I said, with clubs, groups, affiliations, or the internet that helps you change your psychological viewpoint of something that deals with love, money, or balance. Okay? I want to look at Saturn. Saturn is the ruler over Capricorn. Saturn is in Pisces in that first house. Saturn is on its pretty much last leg in that first house, to let you know. It's about to go into Aries. I'm pretty sure I have a video on Saturn direct in Pisces and the rewards that are coming to you, but this is the notice of rewards coming. It is conjunct, Saturn is conjunct Neptune, and with Neptune activated, Neptune is inspiration, dreams that you have, clarity coming to you, okay? And its connection with Saturn is clarity of groundedness, of what to do next. It could be also clarity of what needs to happen for you to gain your power back, or clarity on your work situation. This could also be Saturn acting out as it's time for you to step up to the plate and get those goals done. And it's giving you a plan. And the plan is within that first house. Okay? The first house deals with your identity. It deals with your physical body. The first house also deals with the way that other people see you, your self-autonomy and self-worth. Okay? Your physical appearance is activated here, or your aesthetic. Also, it can be exploration of your sexuality, right? We have awakenings activated with the 12th, and the 12th house is Pisces in astrology, and Pisces activated in the first is telling you there's a connection here. There's a connection of you awakening to who you are. And Saturn is saying to take authority over that, to take your power back with that, of knowing who you are. There could be a transformation that happens with your identity because of groups, clubs, and affiliations. Like I had told you earlier, that awakening can come over the internet, but it's changing who you are. It's changing your physical body. It's changing your identity. It's helping you understand your purpose. Neptune is your purpose in astrology. It can give you inspiration to do something. And its connection with Saturn is telling you, who are you? And who do you want to be? Bring that down to earth. Be the leader that you're supposed to. You could have opportunities that actually come out of this, like being a leader over a group of some sort, or over some type of internet affiliation. Or this could be that maybe your goal was to be a teacher, preacher, or guru. Because remember, we had that connection with 11th and 10th. Okay? And the 10th house in your astrology chart is in Sagittarius. So teacher, preacher, or guru there, right? It could be that Saturn is telling you that it's time for you to take time out for yourself and gain inspiration. That we're trying to show you the plan, but first you have to let go of some things. And it could be the situation of you need a sabbatical, or you need to take a long distance travel, or you need to take authority over Sagittarius things, such as getting a degree of some sort, going back to college, 4-year degree, right? Or it could be that there's something that's happening, an underlining situation of in-laws and grandchildren and grandparents are Sagittarius, okay? And it's time for you to take authority back over that situation. There could be something that happens there that changes your identity, okay? Just to let you know, I see this as Capricorn being activated with clubs, groups, and affiliations with that Mercury and Mars activated. It could be a situation of your mindset is thinking about cutting out parties of some sort, maybe socializing as much with in-laws, grandparents, or grandchildren. It could be especially if your moon is in Pisces. If your moon is in Pisces, this is dealing with the psychological level of you, your emotional attachment to situations. And it could be that it's time for you to take your authority back with boundaries, okay? It could be that it's time for you to make a goal to do something for the bigger picture, Sagittarius. And it deals with groups, clubs, and affiliations. Or it could be a literal Sagittarius, right, within your world that you have to associate that authority with, okay? Because it's in the 10th. New beginning happening in Capricorn with clubs, groups, and affiliations, those goals being obtained, connections with your work. Saturn is rewarding you. Saturn has been messing with your identity, your physical body, maybe even your physical essence, right? Made you sick, made you awaken many times. You went through grief, or you went through losses of things. You went through situations of having to change communities, or situations of being blocked from groups, or right over the internet, or situations of having to find ways to bring back authority within your world on a psychological level using the internet, okay? You had to find yourself. Well, Saturn is rewarding you with some type of gain of inspiration, some type of gain to see yourself for who you are and the power you hold, and to help you understand the bigger picture and what needs to be done, taking up your leadership within clubs, groups, and affiliations, or taking up your leadership, being on the internet, working on the internet, taking up your leadership with whatever goals that you have, right? The authority is coming back to you within those things. And if you're out socializing during this time, you'll see it. You will understand and see the bigger picture, okay? Just to recap, there could be money changes, relationship changes. This is dealing with your identity, so we're talking about all the way around. And its connection with Sagittarius is talking about the bigger picture. So this is a new beginning in that 11th of you taking your authority back with socializing, with friendships, with taking your authority back in work, with groups, clubs, and affiliations, rewards and gains coming to you. Okay. Thank you, Pisces, for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.